Hello, bonjour, ni hao, namaste, and ohio, everybody. What is going on? Gale Riot here. Welcome back to the YouTube channel once again for another Danmachi Memoria Freese video. And today, we have a lot of videos to do, by the way. There are so many videos to do today that I had to get this out ASAP because while the banner isn't live right now, the Bell and Ryu is available to collect in your boxes right now. If you go to your gift box, you can pick them up. So today we're gonna take a look at them. We're actually gonna use them as well. Funnily enough, we're gonna use them and we're gonna see how good they can actually be. Disappointing unit aside, I do believe they are somewhat good. So hopefully you guys going to enjoy this video, and if you do so, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment down below. Are you guys planning on summoning for them? Because in all honesty, if you're running a win team, you know what, this unit isn't that bad. This unit is not that bad. All right, so let's pick them up. Of course, today we had a lot of other things happen as well. They've given out the guaranteed tickets as well for doing the quizzes on their Twitter account, which obviously if you haven't followed their Twitter account, go follow it. Usually they do a bunch of campaigns and they give out iris and stuff like that during celebrations as well, so you need to retweet it or answer questions, and they give out rewards in game. They've also started the treasure hunting today, so be sure to log in and get going with the treasure hunt because it's free iris every day. Like, come on guys. But yeah, let's pick up everything. Let's pick up the Bell Cornell and let's level him up, because of course we can then see his skills in game completely once we can fully level him up. Now of course, because we got this copy, his hero ascension isn't actually unlocked. Of course, if we do summon for him, his hero ascension will automatically be unlocked. I'm not gonna unlock it just in case I manage to pull him in the free gacha, or through the first multi. I might do the first multi, I'm not sure yet. But if you're waiting, don't waste your hero light just yet. Be sure not to waste your hero light, because in all honesty, they'll literally, once the banner drops and if you pull him on his banner, you're gonna unlock it automatically. So there's no reason for you to have to, sit down and just, struggle through like actually using your hero light. There's no point in it. There's absolutely zero point in using your hero light. Now obviously, I had big disappointments with this unit when he first got announced, or when they got announced, I should say, but it's he because it's only Bell Cornell. I had massive disappointments because some of you guys may have already seen that video. I mean, a lot of you guys have seen that video. I think it's like on 800 views or something, which is truly appreciated, of course. But I had major disappointments with that unit because it wasn't a true duo unit. For all they said about this being a Bell and Ryu unit, it ended up being just a Bell Cornell unit, which is a damn shame because I genuinely believe they could have done so much more with the Bell and Ryu duo unit, and I have no idea why they decided to do this when, we already have very similar units like that actually. Funnily enough, we literally got one a few months back for the first season, or first part of the season, I should say, not first season. The first part of the season with this Bell and Hestia unit. Heck, if you look at the unit, you can actually see Hestia in this one. You can't see Ryu in the other one either. So, I mean, it's just weird to me that, for all they said about hyping this up as a Bell and Ryu duo unit and everything, it ended up just being a Bell unit, which is a damn shame. It is a genuinely big damn shame. But I'm not gonna let that affect me just yet. Of course, I still have to judge this unit appropriately and correctly so without being biased in any way. So let's look at the unit itself. Now, I've already gone over what the unit does in my news video, but we're gonna go over it again because it has been nearly 2 weeks since they announced this unit. But Feat of Grandeur, his special arts, is a single target ultra wind physical attack with temporary great strength boost and self STR plus 100% for 4 turns, and 4 additional actions of mid wind physical attack and wind resist minus 60% to foe, and wind attack damage plus 100% for 2 turns, and 40% HP heal on allies. This is really strong because if you're going up against, say, in Record Buster, I think he'll be a fantastic Record Buster unit, by the way. This, I know a lot of people are looking at the rest of his kit and it's all AoE apart from his third skill, but I genuinely believe his it's very similar to Finn. It is very, very similar to the 5th anniversary Finn, because what you can do with this guy is very similar to what you do with Finn. For example, in Finn's case, you would use his special arts on turn 4 before Riveria or Otaro's special arts, so that he can reapply his buffs on turn 5 without having to worry about it getting away from him, basically. So effectively what you can do here with Bell is, say you're going up against Otarl or Riveria, you special arts on turn 4, and then on turn 5 he can reapply his 100% wind attack damage to all allies on turn 5, which makes it so strong for any wind team. Basically any wind record buster team will be living with this guy. This guy is a really good option for that team, in all honesty. On top of that, he also does minus 60% wind resist, which is fantastic anyways, right? And and if they're going up against Riveria or Otarl, you're going to be fine. Obviously, if you're going up against the likes of Revis and Gareth and or Finn, you're going to have to play it a little bit differently, but the concept is still the same. The fact that you can get these additional actions where he's basically supporting the team tremendously, it's going to be great. It is genuinely great. Now, the only thing I wish they did with this unit is make it like Finn, and instead of temporary great strength boost, I wish it was maybe indexed to wind resist debuffs like his third skill is, right? Like his third skill is a single target high wind physical attack damage plus 100% per each target's wind resist reduction skill, which means he gets a 200% damage boost if you're running an assist, and obviously your adventure debuffs are on the opponent. So basically, if you have 2 wind resist debuffs on the enemy, you can get 200% through this. I wish they had something like that for the special arts, but that doesn't make a difference to me personally. I think this is still fantastic, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what they can do here with this unit. Now, one thing I will say about the rest of his kit is that it's very interesting, and I think it's actually pretty strong. A lot of people are going to say like, it's not that great, but I think it's actually kind of decent. Immortal Gale, which is an AoE slow super wind physical attack with temporary strength boost and ultra encounter rate. It removes agility buffs on the enemy, which is very similar to Vesta, if I'm not mistaken. If I were to go over to fire and limit it to time limited, and we go all the way to the bottom, if I'm not mistaken, Vesta has a very similar skill. If I were to hold click and then go here, let's have a look see. So yeah, it's very similar. Obviously, Vesta does a little bit more by removing STR magic, endurance, and dexterity buffs, right? But usually, the thing with Vesta is that she does Hearth of Divine Fire usually, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure exactly. Somebody can correct me in the comments. I've not used Vesta in a long time, but no, actually, no. I've seen Vesta being used in war games. Do not at me. I think the Sanctifying Festive Player goes first, and then Heart of Divine Fire. So technically, Vesta does it a little bit more, but I think Bell will fit in a little bit more in the situation of being in a win team. For example, if you're using him alongside Yuri, you're using him alongside Vidari or anything of that sort, I think he'll be a much better option, arguably. So there's that as well. So you have that, which is really strong in my personal opinion. And then he gives himself 3 additional actions of mid-wind physical attack and wind res minus 40% on foes, and wind attack damage plus 100% on self for 2 turns. And then he does Heroic Intentions, which is a self-fast strength, agility, dexterity 60%, and foes P-res minus 40% and damage received attack type all and single targets plus 30% for 4 turns. This is a really good skill, and it's really good if you're going if you're putting this second, I would say. I think the way you want to go about it with Bell in war games, if you're using him, is you want to use Immortal Gale first, then you want to use Heroic Intentions, and then you want to go back to Immortal Gale. Now, I don't know how it's going to work, so that's why we're actually going to be using him in just a moment in war games, because war games is currently live. But to just cap it all off, I think Bell is a fantastic record buster unit. I think a lot of players will actually like to use him, especially if you're going up against a record buster that is weak to wind attacks, which obviously can happen. I mean, with the likes of, if you're going to use them alongside, say, Riveria or maybe the Eyes or something like that, right, from Recollections of the Wind, you can probably get some massive use out of him. But of course, I think right now the light team is still stronger. It's just dependent on the weaknesses of the record buster. I think if it was a level playing field, I don't think Bell does play a big role in making the wind team just exactly like the light team. But I do believe it's, you know, a good, strong, like maybe 2nd or 3rd place team easily now because of this Bell. This Bell has helped out the team a lot with its support. The support is what's making this unit insane, honestly. That's what it is. That's really what it is. So in terms of war games, we'll just have to wait and see. I'm very curious to see how other players are going to play this Bell, but hey, I'm very much excited to see where people go with him, to be quite honest. So let's have a look and see in war games right now what's cooking. I haven't done any of my war games runs just yet, to be quite honest. I've been kind of just holding it off, to be quite honest, partially because I've been just kind of chilling, relaxing, and not gonna lie, after last night with the closed beta test announcement for Battle Chronicle as well as the Shiryu Summon, I've been kind of I needed to go to bed immediately, so I didn't do my runs last night, so I'm just starting right now. What I'm going to do is, I think I'm going to replace Fiona right now. Actually, no, I'm going to replace Helga right now. I'm going to replace Helga for now, and I'm going to give this Bell the Hakugen or something like that, I guess. I don't know what my current Bell has, but I'm going to give him the opposite of it, basically. So let me see, what do we have here? We have, okay, yeah, we can give him the Hakugen actually, and I'll give him the breastplate for now just to make sure he's secure, even though we're going up against, technically, we're going up against players that are going to be bots. But let's see in the ladder itself, first and foremost, if we can get a judgment of it, because if I go up against players in the top 50, top 60 ranks, there is a very high chance because of this Bell. Okay, so he uses heroic intentions first. Okay, that is very much defining. So Archer Cheer goes off, we can't obviously see it there, but okay, so balance will make him use heroic intentions first. That is very interesting. Now I'm curious to see which of the options is better. Somebody in the comments can let me know, of course, if you're much better off knowing how, you know, war games works and stuff. I'm not the biggest fan of war games anymore, to be quite honest. Okay, that's not gonna, that is just gonna kill my team. I know that for sure. Hamtaro, let me see. Forsaken, okay, that's not happening either. You know what? Let me go into my follow list. Hopefully I have somebody I can beat up. Okay, Wyatt is going to be my guinea pig for today. Wyatt is gonna be my guinea pig for today. So obviously the setup isn't perfect or anything. I'm just testing out like the turnover and stuff. So let's see balanced again. I'm very curious to see what he does here. So obviously we're seeing our units go off normally and attack normally, so that's fine. Indomitable Sword, which is fantastic. Now let's see what happens here. So Archer Cheer goes off, that's fine. So my Bell is attacking, which is fine. I'm just curious to see what our Bell does next. So now Salvation Spear goes off, which isn't great because they die, which is great. Thanks, Wyatt. You didn't really help me there at all. Let me see if I have another option here, maybe. If I can put maybe somebody else. Let me put Lazar in front. I'm gonna just change the team up a little bit, and hopefully this will help us out a little bit in terms of not, you know, just jumping the gun. Where is Lazar? Lazar, there he is. This is just to make sure I can survive and also be able to attack with Bell, basically. I went into the ladder, didn't I? It's okay. Wow, okay, it's been a while since I've seen poison being inflicted on me, but okay. I guess that's a Miyak assist that I saw in there. That's very funny. I want to just see what's the best way to go about it, because in my eyes, the best way to do it is probably using his first skill first, and then his second skill, and then going back to his first skill if possible. So I'm just going to try something out again here. Let me just double check something. I'm gonna just try and put him on debuff quickly. Let's try a couple of different things. So I'm gonna try and put him on debuff and see what happens here. Now, obviously we could use a trial unit. I think let me actually just check if there is a trial unit, because I might put the trial unit in here because it'll allow us to have a better idea of how it exactly works. But I mean, at level 60, I mean, obviously it's not a really great testing place. Okay, so he uses Immortal Gale there. I'm very curious to see what he'll use here now. So if I'm allowed to see, obviously Bell goes next. I assume he would use Heroic Intentions next, but I want to just check it out with maybe the trial unit. The trial unit can probably help us a little bit there. So that gives you an idea. So if you use debuff first, you will use skill 1 first, and if you go on balance, he'll use skill 2 first. And I expect if you put him on buff, that'll be the same situation as well. Now let's see the trial unit. I'm gonna replace slot 2, main member. Okay, slot 2, is there a trial unit? No. Okay, so there's no trial unit that features the Bell, unfortunately, which is a damn shame. I was really hoping that there would be one. Maybe the banner isn't out yet, and hence why he's not as such we aren't able to use him, but that is something. You know what I'm gonna also try and do? Let me just change this up a little bit. So I'm gonna give Bell Alf so that he can get the extra agility as well, and we can see if that makes a difference by any means of the imagination. I don't think it will, but who knows? Who knows? It might help. It may help. Let me remove Do Not Disturb again. So buff, if I'm not mistaken, let me see. Did we miss it entirely? I think we missed it. I hope we didn't miss it. I think we missed it. Oh no, Immortal Gale goes off. Okay, so that's Immortal Gale going off. Archer Cheer goes off. The thing is, right, I just realized it's definitely not using this. Okay, it uses heroic intentions there and goes off with that. So there you guys go. Okay, so buff will do that as well. So buff and debuff. Wait, did we even change it to buff? I don't even remember. Actually, hold on a second. This showcase has been all over the place because I can't actually get him to do the things I want him to do. So yeah, buff will also do the exact same thing as debuff, where he will use Immortal Gale first and then use heroic intentions, which in my opinion, in theory isn't a bad option, but let's see how balance does. I want to see how the opposite does against here. Now, of course, the rest of the team is dominating. In all honesty, 10,000 damage, I will say this though, 10,000 damage on an additional action isn't the worst thing I've seen, in all honesty, especially a unit that's at level 60 and not even are surrounded by, you know, proper supports is impressive in my personal opinion. I would say that's relatively impressive. Now the thing is, the reason why we're also not going faster in the second turn is because, remember, Immortal Gale is a slow attack. It's one of the reasons why I feel like using the first skill is better, because it's a slow attack. It's always going to go last. So why not use that on the first turn rather than the second turn, right? Because you're going to go last anyways in the second turn. So let's see buff again. But yeah, I just believe 10,000 damage for a level 60 unit that hasn't been hero ascended, that hasn't been you know, +5. It's not got the right assist support, arguably. It's lacking in some ways. I think if you had a proper like team around him, team around this Bell, arguably it would have been much better. Arguably it would have been much better. But let's see. I'm very curious to see how it goes from here. So now our Bell is going to attack, of course, and then our Bell is going to attack. Heroic Intentions goes off, and there you have it. 9,000 to 10,000 damage there. It's not bad, I would say. It's not bad. I think this unit is good. I wouldn't really blame you if you're going for this unit, because in my opinion, this is probably one of the easiest units to +5, in all honesty. This is one of the easiest units to +5 because you're going to be you get a free copy on launch. You have the free multi as well. That'll come out in about, well, at the time of this recording, in about 2 hours time. And on top of that, you do also have the ability to potentially, well, this is assuming you have the iris for it, but you also have the iris to be able to get him to if you have the iris to get him, you get 4 free copies after that. So basically you're easily guaranteed +4. It's just that you need that 1 extra copy to get him to +5, which, I mean, if you have a prism bond, you can get him to +5. So like, there's so many ways to get this unit to +5. I think it's one of the easiest options to +5, in all honesty, at this point in time. Like, even if you're a starting player, you should be able to +5 this unit very easily. But of course, again, it depends on if you want to, because this is a regular unit. It's not a time limited unit or anything of that sort. And as a result, is it something you want to summon for right now? I don't know. I personally don't think it's really that crazy value just yet, because of course we might be getting a stray record. There is a very high chance that there could be another Hero Festa within the next month, maybe. Probably at the start of February, we don't know. And then on top of that, of course, if you also you know want to go for something else in the future, and or you've already spent a lot of your iris on the rerun banners and the Hero Festa banner, you're not really going to be in a great place to summon for this dude. So in all honesty, I would say it's a bit of a wait and watch, see what happens. If you feel like he'll fit into your team, go for it. If not, it's an easy skip, as I always say. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Leave a like if you did, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys in the next one. Take it easy, everybody. Bye bye.